Hey everyone, I'm Miss Kim, an Atenista and a dedicated remote worker from the Philippines, here to share glimpses of my corporate remote work experience, my travels, and a bit of everything else. By the way, I got mocked for using Miss. I'm not sure why, but I'm obviously Miss. I'm pretty single and most importantly, not miserable. Oops. By single, it's already understood. I've never been married, and obviously, I don't have kids. Well, getting mocked is just a way to make you feel bad about yourself and lose your confidence. But the thing is, I have a full body mirror at home, so I'm reminded that people would love to suck the confidence I have. Just kidding. Anyways, today I'll be talking about my entire remote work journey, how long I've been at it, and what my typical day looks like as a remote worker. So, I began my remote work journey during the lockdown while working as a team administrator for IQEQ Philippines, a leading investor services group founded in the UK, offering end-to-end services in administration, accounting, reporting, regulatory, and compliance needs. At that time, the company provided equipment to everyone except, as far as I remember, those in support roles like mine. So I was expected to report to the office. But fortunately, I managed to set up my own equipment to work remotely. So my role mainly revolved around email management. I was tasked with sorting through emails and flagging those that required urgent attention. On the surface, it seemed simple and less significant compared to other tasks. Because of that, I felt a bit hesitant to talk about my first job here in Manila because it was so simple, nothing nasty. Sorry to disappoint you. I also used to believe that sharing negative experiences from work might give future employers a bad impression, making them think I might do the same in their company. However, after nearly 7 years in the workforce, I've learned not to stress too much about always trying to impress. While that's still important in the professional world, I've gained more confidence in my experience. Although my job seemed like one of the easier ones, the constant task of paying people for responses was quite chaotic and stressful. Managing such a large volume of emails came with a lot of responsibility, and that part could be quite frustrating. Eventually, I decided to resign and began searching for UX designer positions. Unfortunately, the UX job market in the Philippines was quite limited. Because of this, I shifted my focus to entry level data roles, hoping to transition into a more complex position later on. After several rounds of interviews, I was fortunate enough to land a job at JLL Philippines, a global real estate services company originally founded in the UK. So I worked as a data analyst for JLL's Chicago office, which meant working the US shift from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m., a full night shift. My responsibilities primarily involved conducting research on real estate properties, including recorded data, assessor data, property tax information, flood map data, real estate market trends, comparable data, and parcel zoning details. Since we handled many front-end tasks, overtime was often required, which eventually became quite exhausting. Despite JLL offering the clearest opportunities for career progression out of all the companies I've worked for, the workload became overwhelming. So this led me to resign once again and seek similar roles elsewhere. Fortunately, I was hired by outsourced and once again it was a remote position. Now I continue to work from home or wherever I choose. I even managed to work from a different island by bringing my company device along. While I do feel lucky to have this kind of setup, I've earned it through my technical skills and you can fault me for that. Yes, your girls got the actual experiences, which means I've been through rounds of interviews and got accepted many times by global companies. It's actually funny because somebody asked me if I needed their help. Like, girl, I've got more experience than you. And not just experiences, but better work experiences. I never thought people could be that mockable though, but yeah. This also means I obviously have an idea of what hiring managers are looking for. Aside from that, my sister's an actual hiring manager, but she doesn't mumble about interviews on social media. That's actually the irony, because those who lack knowledge have the audacity to talk about the things they don't know. Just be very careful of these people, like them up on LinkedIn. Well, some here on YouTube are actual hiring managers, but there are some who obviously didn't get hired, and if they were hired, it wasn't for something that big, meaning they have no idea what they're talking about. They're actually the best example of fake it till you make it. Anyways, I really don't recommend those folks because if you've noticed, interview questions are actually subjective to the hiring managers and the company. We actually have no idea what they're looking for unless we know about the company culture, the retention rate, and their profitability. So my advice would be to look them up on LinkedIn if you're watching them through YouTube. If they have the experience, and if they have the experience, make sure it's fab enough. You know what I mean? Back to my remote work journey. So yeah, it all started during the pandemic. It's a bit apathetic to say, all thanks to the pandemic, but it actually saved me from the stresses of working on site. Although you can still encounter BS office mates while working remotely, but it's a lot better than talking face to face to your workmate Susan, who absolutely has nothing good to say. So before I end this, I actually shared a link. It's a remote job opportunity. So I hope everyone watching this could get remote jobs they want, so you could also enjoy the flexibility of it like me. Thanks for watching. Ciao.